Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose firm, dare to make it known.
Hi, JA kids!
My name is Martessa.
And my name is Kristen.
We have been learning the 12 steps for kids that could keep us from ever having to use alcohol or drugs.
We are all the way to the last step, step 12.
I will share my friend Jesus with others and live for him every day.
Our story today starts with a man we will call Ahaz.
Ahaz lived on the shore of the Lake of Galilee, across from the land of Judea.
Isn't that where Jesus lived?
Yes, you are right. Ahaz had gotten himself into a big mess. He started playing with bad things.
Demons took control of him. They drove him out of his home, and now he lived in the graveyard.
One day, Ahaz sat on a rock and shook his foot. A chain jangled around his ankle.
The village folk had tried to tie him down. The demons were so strong that he had broken the chain and escaped.
Right now, the demons were quiet. But whenever someone came near, the demons made him run, screaming towards the person.
In the mad dash, Ahaz would trip either on a rock or on the chain still attached to his leg.
Ahaz's legs and arms were cut and bleeding from many mad dashes.
To top it off, most of the time, Ahaz couldn't think clearly because of the demon's control.
But today one thought passed through his mind.
I want to get out of this horrible place, but I can't because of the demons.
Ahaz saw some boats landing on the shore and people getting out. He started toward them, screaming and waving his arms.
When they saw him coming, they turned and ran away.
All except one man. This man stood and faced Ahaz.
When Ahaz looked into the eyes of the man, he didn't see the usual fear, only overwhelming kindness and power. Although he didn't know it, this man was Jesus.
For the first time, Ahaz felt the demons inside him tremble.
He felt that there might be hope to live a new life.
He couldn't come any nearer and fell on his knees, but when he opened his mouth to beg for help, the demons spoke instead.
What have I to do with you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I beg you, do not torment me.
Then the man called Jesus asked the demon, "What is your name?"
My name is Legion, for there are a lot of us. Don't make us leave this area. Let us enter the herd of pigs over there.
And the man said, "Go."
Suddenly, the pigs squealed and ran over each other, falling over a cliff into the lake.
At that moment, Ahaz felt the demons leave him, and he collapsed on the ground.
Then he felt a strong hand on his shoulder. It filled him with strength, and he looked up into the kind face of the man named Jesus.
Jesus helped Ahaz up and took him down to the lake to wash off his cuts. Soon the rest of the people in the boats returned.
Some helped take off the chains. One man offered him his tunic, another his robe, and a third had an extra pair of sandals. Ahaz felt better than he could ever remember.
And most glorious of all was the fact that he could think clearly and control his own body.
A large crowd came from the city. They were very angry about the loss of the pigs. They cared more about the money they could make from the pigs than the life of a man. They demanded that Jesus leave the area.
As Jesus stood up to leave, Ahaz stood up to go with him.
But Jesus turned and said to him,
"Ahaz, I need you to stay here."
"But why?" Ahaz asked. "I want to be with you."
Jesus replied, "Go back to your family and friends and tell them everything God has done for you."
Ahaz wanted to go with Jesus so badly, but Jesus had told him to go back to his family. He would do anything for Jesus.
When he first ran into his family's yard, his mother grabbed his youngest sister and ran around the house, calling frantically for everyone to hide.
It took a while for Ahaz to convince them that demons no longer controlled him, and God had given him a new life.
It took even longer for some of his friends to come around, but gradually they too realized the wonderful thing that had happened.
Ahaz went into the nearby city and told everyone there about his encounter with a man called Jesus.
A few months later, Jesus came back across the lake.
Guess who was there to meet him?
A whole crowd of people from the city and surrounding area. And Ahaz was there leading the way, his face beaming in excitement for his family and friends to meet his Savior, Jesus, in person.
Just like Ahaz, we don't have to know much about Jesus to be able to share him with others.
All we have to do is share what he has done in our lives and how he has made us happier, healthier, and more loving to others.
Remember that step 12 says, I will share my friend Jesus with others and live for him every day. Let's say it together.
I will share my friend Jesus with others and live for him every day. Now repeat after me. Be bold.
Be bold.
Be brave.
Be brave.
Be different.
Be different.
I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Tune in next time.
Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose firm, dare to make it known.